Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hello to my friends. Happy Tuesday. Everybody's having a really good day today, and everybody is happy and healthy. Let's see who we got in their house with us today. Hello, Nani McPoppins. Number one, hello to you. Hey, TJ, my friend. Hello, Texas Plain Jane. Hi, Teresa. Town Chat Cafe. Hello to you. Janice, how are you doing, Miss Janice? Indiana Downey, how are you? Let's see who else we got in here. Kathleen, hello to you. Welcome, welcome. We got Trooper's mom and Lori. Hello to y'all. Hello, Maria, Mrs. the South. Hello, beautiful. Let's see, Sidetrack. Hello to you. And we got Grammy the Great. Hello to you. Welcome, everybody. We got a low crowd today, but I had to go live a little early. We have a band concert this evening. So we got to get I got to get up and get to town and put some clothes on. I still got my little summer dress on, just my lounge around dress. But I got to get dressed and put my hair up and head out to that. So, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Hi, Patty. How are you doing? Welcome. Um, as always, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you part of the team here. Hi, Laura. Welcome from Europe, from the Netherlands. How awesome. Every time I hear the Netherlands now, I think of Dr. Pol. Me and my grandbabies have watched that from beginning to end multiple times. We love Dr. Pol. He was from the Netherlands as well. But hello to you. Thank you for listening and being here with us. If you would like to become a member, we'd love to have you. It's a great way to support the channel. He is great. I love him. He is so fun. But Cash App, Venmo, if you would like to help a girl out, I could use some gas. So that's what that would go for. Hi, Deanna Sanchez from South Georgia. Hello to you. So, anyways, all the good things got that over and done with. I should be doing that more every time, and I am the worst at doing all that. Want to share with y'all something real quick. Town Chat Cafe is so sweet and precious. Hey, Carmen. Rainy day in Tennessee. Oh, goodness. We'll stay dry. But we have Town Chat Cafe. She sent me a coffee cup, guys. Look at this. How cute is that? It's a Texas Saurus. She has her own website, and I am in love with it. My granddaughter is crazy about dinosaurs, and she is like, I'm stealing it from you. I'm going to come in your room one night and I'm going to steal your cup. So, um, Town Chat Cafe, put your website in the chat here so everybody can go check it out. If you like dinosaurs, she has something for you for sure. Super cute. And thank you for my cup. I love it. Um, I am so fortunate. I have friends that have helped me out a lot. And it's, really great. My light went out, and I have a precious person that helped me out with that and other things. So I am so gracious. So grateful for each and every one of you. It is super cute. It is super cute. And it's a good size. It's a good size. So super cute. I love it. Okay, guys. So let's get started, shall we? Today we're going to go on a road trip. We're going to watch first Cliff Notes as she takes a drive around Ford Pond. This is the place in Oregon where Katie and Chris were seen, and another couple was with them. And so she's going to show us the area. We're going to get to visually see the whole area. And then we are going to listen to a little bit of Crime Time Buzz where she had on the lady that was there at the pond the same day that Katie and Chris were there. And so we'll listen to her story as well. So let's get going. And let me see, I'm going to stop this camera so y'all won't see me moving around so much. Let me present the screen. Oh, wait, I got to put a banner up. All the things you got to do first. We got to put a little music on for the background. Play that. We'll have our banner for our copyright because we're going to use fair use for this. We want to learn. We want to discuss it. All the good things. And then we are going to watch this video from Cliff Notes. If you have not subscribed to Cliff Notes, let's help her channel out. And guys, y'all go subscribe. She's putting out some really good videos. And she is new, just getting her channel going. So let's help her out for sure. All righty. I'm going to make this full screen once it gets loaded. There we go. I don't know why I push full screen and it goes really tiny first.
So did Terry talk about Sebastian? Did you know of Sebastian when you worked with him?
I just knew he referred to him as...
Wait.
That
Hold
word?
on, guys.
Word. Yeah. He used it as a...
Hold on. We got to go back. That skipped over to the next one. Here we go. Yeah, thank you, TJ, for dropping that link.
Hi, thank you for visiting my channel. First of all, please know that these are my opinions only after many months of research. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I hope more than anything, Sebastian is in a safe and loving home, living his best life. I would even settle for Sebastian being in a trafficking home, as long as he comes back alive. I have been researching the genealogy of Sebastian Rogers for several months now and have become familiar with the family members and where they have lived over the past 30 years. Of the 5 branches of Sebastian's family tree that I have studied, 4 of the family lines are not blood relatives, meaning about 95% of the family in Sebastian's life are step family members.
Wow,
so
that's a big
I will
number.
refer to everyone as such unless they are from Katie's bloodline, but I really don't discuss that. And I did not research Seth's family tree. Public records show that 4 of the step family members have lived in Portland, Tennessee, which is 25 miles north of Sebastian's home. Not only has the Stepp family lived in Portland, Tennessee, they also have friends who attend their church, Freedom Church in Gallatin, as I found out later during my travels. On Saturday, March 1st, 2025, I attended the vigil for Sebastian in Hendersonville. I decided to arrive a week early so I could hang flyers and put out yard signs and explore the area in search of Sebastian. As stated earlier, I noticed family members had lived in Portland, so on my first visit day in Tennessee, I drove up to Portland, which is the northernmost town in Sumner County. I drove to the addresses where step family that starts with a B had lived and hung up flyers there. I must note that as I was approaching the address, my heart started pounding out of my chest like I've never felt before. Coincidence? I felt like Sebastian was telling me I was getting close. Keep in mind, I am mostly a logical thinker. However, I am also spiritual and have an open mind. On the second day, I hung flyers all over Hendersonville. When I stapled that last flyer into the wooden light post that evening, all the lights went out in the nearby radius. Coincidence? Again, I felt like Sebastian was urging me on. On the evening of the second day, I went back to my Airbnb and tuned into YouTube on the TV, where I was surprised to see Reverend Donna Serafina, who, by the way, collected $20,000 for helping solve the Lori Vallow Daybell case.
Yeah,
She's a
TJ.
psychic.
Me
She
too.
was a guest on Sweetie Pilo's channel. Coincidence? I watched the video and she spoke of Sebastian being hit in the back of the head with a shovel by a man with a crooked tooth and being buried by a lake on private property.
Okay, guys, this video is talking about Portland Lake. Okay. It's in Portland, Tennessee. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't clarify that earlier. She has some very, very good information she's given out. So pay close attention, because we have Portland, Oregon, where sightings of Katie and Chris were at, and we have Portland, Tennessee, where family members, step family members with the last name of starts with a B, that live here in Tennessee, which is right up close to the Tennessee-Kentucky border. It is one small town before you get to the border.
Keep in mind, I'm skeptical, but everything seemed to fit with all the logical analytics I had already done. I Googled Portland again and found that Portland had two lakes which are side by side. I had to go back to Portland. Now keep in mind, Chris Prophet said, please everybody search, but stay off private property. To me, that was a hint. We need to go on private property. So on the third day, I drove back to Portland, taking a different route. On the way, I passed a sign showing a step family member's name. Initials DG. Coincidence? Next is a video of the drive around the two lakes in Portland. This map has a red line indicating the route that I took. I could have kept this video to myself for the rest of my life, but I would always wonder if perhaps it could help find Sebastian. Please excuse my language towards the end, because I was excited to see a member of the same church Kathy Bowersox attends in Gallatin, Freedom Church. It was the same sign Kathy displays on her Facebook page. Coincidence? I think not.
This video is going to just even prove that validation of how many people connect dots to another person and another person and another person. It's crazy how these tiny little things we're finding out more and more connect us to someone very close to Sebastian.
So before I begin the video, keep lookout for at 1 minute and 30 seconds as I begin driving down the hill, which I didn't notice until I reviewed the video. There's a silver sedan parked behind the first mobile home in the video, which is a rental property because I went through all the tax records and the first 4 homes are owned by the same person. So could this be the 3 a.m. silver sedan the mob crew has been discussing? Another coincidence?
It sure looks like the one that was driving through Texas Roadhouse parking lot that night, too. Remember? We saw that silver car. Looks to be the same kind of car. Too many red dots, red flags, all the things.
So many things seem to tie. Okay, and here we go on the video.
Did y'all see the car? We're going to go back just a tad. Look right past this trailer when she gets there. And you'll see the car. It seems to be up on a trailer now. Up on a, like they're going to haul it off. Right there. Do y'all see it? Yes, TJ. Are they getting rid of the car? The Spence mob crew hit on it and brought it to light. So for anybody just coming in, just let you know, this is in Portland, Tennessee. This video. There are 2 lakes right there between this road, but this is in Portland, Tennessee. After this, we'll listen to the lady from Ford's Pond in Portland, Oregon, or outside of Portland, Oregon. Bo, this was in Tennessee, right at what they call Portland, because the water's is Portland Lake. So that's kind of the area that this is being recorded. No, not okay. I see Ford Pond is. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Bo. Exactly, Deanna. Exactly.
Oh my God, Freedom Church, are you fucking kidding me? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Freedom Church, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out now. Shit. Let's see the address. These people go to Freedom Church. Alright, let's save that on my phone. Oh my God. This is crazy. Oh. Unbelievable. I gotta figure out who these people are. Alright, I'm gonna go to the restaurant where I saw the green truck. Let's see if it's still there. This is unbelievable. 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 Just freaking out. Okay. I'm gonna put the Sebastian sign up right here. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh,
Good for her.
Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Where can I park?
Exactly, Town Chat Cafe. Why would Christopher tell Seth, if you want to find your son, maybe you should go to church?
I think I'll do
We're almost through with this. I just wanted y'all to see this area. She is putting up signs. She's been putting up flyers and all kinds of things for Sebastian.
At the end of the video is where I saw the sign in a yard for Freedom Church. I hung a lot of flyers and put out yard signs all around the lake and the community. My hopes were for someone who knows something to see the yard signs and call the Bowersox family to say, hey, they're on to us. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but if we don't search everywhere and anywhere, as Katie says, we will never find Sebastian.
Right.
Thank you for listening to my story. If we all can take a section of Sumner County to investigate as I have done, we just might find Sebastian.
All right. Thank you to Cliff Notes for that. Oh, good golly. I X'd off of the next one. Let me pull the next one up real quick while I'm talking. But it's amazing to me that people out looking into things, driving down roads that they're unsure of, seeing things that have ties in there somehow, some way. And yet, Katie and Chris, his own mother, his stepfather, are not doing anything. It leaves questions. It leaves questions because why not look that close to home? Why are they not looking for Sebastian, who they say ran away? Why are they not going there? It just blows my mind because it's so daggum obvious to every one of us. Okay. Next, we are going to go to Crime Time Buzz. She has a video that she does the other day, and she has an interview with the woman who saw Katie and Chris there. She asked some questions. And I think it's good that we go to Oregon to hear this woman talk, basically. We're not really going, but we're going to listen. So let's listen to this, and we're going to have conversation as soon as we're through. All right, guys, here we go. Remember, Kate and Chris were seen at this small pond. It's like a park area there. You can't put boats in there, but you can fish. And someone was there, actually spoke with them. I believe it was Christopher that helped her at one point with something she was working on. She has firsthand knowledge of them, how they talked, what they seemed like they were doing. I know, Bo. I know. If we went to, or if we were on our way to Oregon, we'd have to go stay with Bo, y'all. Okay, here we go. Let's listen and see what she has to say, because I think this is some good information for us to hear. And if you have not, subscribe up to Crime Time Buzz. She has a great channel. We want to give her some love as well.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Good to see you again. For those of you that were with me in my members live.
Hello, everyone.
Oops, welcome. Hold on. Sorry about that.
Hi, Falkerstad.
Good to see
Donna.
you. We have some new members, I see. Mama Todd. Oop, where did it go? I just hit
Okay,
her.
let's get
Governor
just a
Pincus joined us yesterday. Welcome in. True Crime with Sweet Melissa. Welcome in. We had a members live this morning you can access. And
Hang on, we're
around
going to get to
9
the point
p.m.
where she starts.
he went to bed, got ready for bed, said I love you to his 2 dogs and his mom, and went to bed. That was the, and we need to keep the faith and hope. We haven't seen proof otherwise. So that is Sebastian Rogers. He is one of the FBI's most wanted. Dog the Bounty Hunter has joined the search. At Night Media Intelligence. And the lead agency is Sumner County, and then TBI is working alongside, with the FBI also offering a $50,000 reward. And Dog the Bounty Hunter, they've offered, I think, $450,000. So the total being $500,000. No one has come forward. No one has come forward. Now, we are going to continue on. That is Sebastian.
Just an FYI, if somebody was to give me the information needed, I would gladly step forward. But those who have the information needed seem to be selfish, seem to be too worried about themselves and their friends and their buddies and their family members to step up and say, hey, here's the information. If any one of you are listening right now, I would say to you, call in, be anonymous. Let that money go to Sebastian when he's returned.
Rogers, Hendersonville, Tennessee. We need to bring him home. Okay. Let me want to talk to you, say my little thank yous from my last show.
Okay, let's go a little bit more. I thought it was at the very beginning when she started
the entries
talking with her
into the
friend.
United States, the entries into Canada, high alert. This is Ford's Pond. It is 220 acres.
Okay, here we go.
And it is
Let's
not
get
a
this
tourist
bigger.
area. Sutherland is not, admittedly, even when I Googled it. So I am going to, my goodness, you all, thank you so much. Kathy, Jen, Gypsy, Jen, Gypsy, Jen, Sassy, Bisbee, Crochet, Jen, Gypsy. Thank you all so much. I will come in and keep track of that in just a second. I want to bring our guest up now. Now, our guest is going to share with us what she can, okay? And that's why I don't want her to stay for the question and answer. I will cover questions that I can cover. Yes, CP did tell Seth to go to church. Yes, this is located on Church Road. Thank you all. You're amazing. So without further ado, hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Here we go.
How are you?
I'm doing so well, and we so appreciate you coming here today. Oh, I forgot to show the FOIA. Real quick, I'm going to pull up the FOIA, okay? While you're up here with me so everyone knows how I got involved in this. But welcome our guest, everyone. She's so kind to be, that's not it. Let me just make sure I got it. She's so kind to be here with us, to be able to do this for us.
Bo likes
Hold
that.
it up for you. I just want to go over the FOIA real quick. And welcome our guest. She's going to share with us what she saw at Ford's Pond. Here it is. No, that's not the one. Let me download it again real quick. Okay. There we go. Okay. My goodness. I think I just kicked myself out. There we go. Okay. That's not the one I want. Hold on. I don't want the one with anyone's names on it. So hold on one moment. Sorry, y'all. I had downloaded it, but every time I download it, save it, replace it.
It is very confusing, Town Jack Cafe. Very, very
Okay.
confusing.
Well, I just named it that, so that's what I'm going to keep it. Okay. I had it pulled up where we wouldn't be seeing anything, but these are what I named it. So it's just what I named it. Okay. Let me share it with you now. There we go. This is how I got involved in the case. And I titled it Seth because it's obviously his child. Okay. So this was a police report that was filed by our guest, and it was sent to someone who sent it to me. Now, Ashley Higgins with the Sutherland Police Department, we've looked her up. She does exist. This is real. She was actually honored for being one of their, I think it was the best detective they have. So just amazing. Sounds like she's amazing. You can tell by the detail in the report. We're going to read it. I know we've read it before, but we're going to read it and then I'll bring our guest up. She went back down. I am Officer Ashley Higgins with the Sutherland Police Department, and I had a female come into the office on June 27th, 2024 to report a possible sighting of Katie and Chris Proudfoot at Ford's Pond in our city in March of this year. I took a miscellaneous service report regarding her concerns. The following is my report. On Thursday, 27th, 2024, at approximately 13:44 hours, so 1:44, I was on duty in the city of Sutherland, Douglas County, Oregon. I was displaying the badge and uniform of the Sutherland Police Department and operating a marked patrol vehicle. So-and-so came to the Sutherland Police Department to report she had recently learned about Sebastian Rogers. That is our guest for tonight. A missing 15-year-old child with autism in a case out of Hendersonville, Sumner County, Tennessee, and feels with absolute certainty that she had a conversation with Sebastian's biological mother, Katie Proudfoot, and her husband, Chris Proudfoot, at Ford's Pond, located at 382 Church Road in Sutherland, sometime in March 2024. She believes this would have been within the first few weeks of March and would have been on a weekday. She happened to recently come across some videos about Sebastian's story on YouTube and TikTok and recognized Katie and Chris from her visit to Ford's Pond. She did some further research into Sebastian's case and learned Chris, Sebastian's stepfather, did not like Sebastian and was rumored to be threatening. I'm reading a police report from Sutherland, Oregon, and was rumored to be threatening to divorce Katie because of Sebastian. Sebastian was reported missing on February 25th, 2024. It was the 26th, but remember, dates have been messed up, from Katie and Chris's residence in Hendersonville. She advised on this particular day in March at Ford's Pond she had been fishing, but has trouble casting due to her arthritis, which was apparently evident to some people sitting on a nearby bench. One of them came over to huddle and learned the male and female she now thinks to be Katie and Chris advised they were from Tennessee. And the other two, also male and female with graying hair, said they were from Seattle, Washington. She discovered that Sebastian's grandparents recently flew from Seattle to Alaska, which she found interesting since the other couple at the pond advised they were also from Seattle. She also learned from an unknown source that Katie and Chris have ties to Oregon. She said her interaction with these individuals at the pond was odd, and they seemed to be acting strangely. She's concerned they may have dumped Sebastian's body somewhere in or around Ford's Pond. She has gone back to Ford's Pond and has been digging around in the brush and shoreline looking for evidence for Sebastian's decomposing body. Decomposing body. Sorry, I just lost my place. She showed me a photograph she took with her cell phone of a pile of bones first she dug up in some nearby vegetation that she suspected may be body parts. This appeared to me to be a opossum or nutria carcass. As a precaution, this photograph was uploaded to the accident evidence server under SPD case number 24-04.
Bo, I know there are some family members that live in Oregon of Chris's. So he does have people there.
Okay. I checked local files for anyone with the last name of Proudfoot and discovered, so she went through looking. I checked local files for anyone with the last name of Proudfoot and discovered a male named Alton Darwin Proudfoot. Oh, sorry, I'm going to say their names. Alton, who used to live at and died. Vicky passed away in Anchorage, Alaska. Vicky P. in November of 2019. A review of Oregon arrests, now this is the one I want to pay attention to, shows them, because I believe, what's Chris's middle for Alan, 4th of 1983, so it would be about 83, 93. was arrested in August 2016 for theft out of Clackamas County. Our agency uses Verkada surveillance system with several cameras placed strategically throughout the cities of Sutherland and Oakland, and some of these cameras are placed at Ford's Pond. However, I'm unable to review the footage video from as far back as March. Okay, so the information was forwarded to our local majors crime team with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and with the Hendersonville Police Department Investigations Division. Contact information regarding my party, signed Officer Ashley Higgins, Sutherland Police Department. That is how I got involved in this. That was sent to me and brought to my attention. So so certain she went to the police and reported it and went searching. So let's go ahead and bring our guest up.
Okay, welcome to everybody coming in. I just want to share with you, we are fixing to listen to the woman who was at Ford's Pond in Oregon when she believes Katie and Chris and an elderly couple were there at the same time. And this is her interview with Crime Time Buzz.
Up without further ado, this is the eyewitness who did indeed go to the Sutherland Police Department and write that police report that I just read to you. Come on up, my friend. There you go.
There. Sorry, I didn't.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to read something I just received. We just heard her mention Seattle. We've heard her mention Alaska as well. There was someone in a chat, this chat that we're talking about, that says, hang on just a second. Let me see here. Okay, it was in Jay's replay crew. Okay. So this is what was said. There was someone in the chat watching what we're fixing to watch. This woman here said, I seen him at 3:53 at the Alaska Zoo is when we crossed paths with him. I tried to email, but it wouldn't go through. I'll check again. Other people are saying, do you have proof of this? They will want proof. She said, yes, my son took a picture. Let's hope that can be very fruitful. As we're going through these things, this is what we're needing to do. We've heard all of these different states that are being named by private investigators, at night media. I couldn't figure out how all these places were connecting in, but we're slowly starting to see the school in Pennsylvania, the board member at the school in Pennsylvania, Richard Bishop. Now we're over here in Oregon. We were just in Portland, Tennessee. We're over here in Oregon now at Ford's Pond. We have connections in Oregon. We have connections in Seattle, the couple that was with Katie and Chris. We have connections to Alaska. All these little details are part of connecting the dots. And so as we keep going, hopefully more dots will start to connect. Let's hear what she has to say, because this is the woman that was fishing while Katie and Chris were at Ford's Pond.
Didn't need to drop.
That's okay. I thought since I hadn't done the FOIA, you were just going down. Goals already met. Thank you. So welcome in. We so appreciate, first of all, we always say, see something, say something.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
I call you Ducky. And Ducky, we're going to refer to you as Ducky tonight. And Ducky, I just am so amazed and happy that you did that.
I'm very happy I did that, you guys. It's
you
very,
followed through.
yes, ma'am, I did.
So let me ask you a couple of questions, and thank you again for your time. Is March of 2024, correct?
Correct.
And do you recall approximately like what days of the week it might have been? Weekend, midweek, what we're talking about?
I'm thinking it's the beginning of the midweek.
Okay. So not weekend. You're talking maybe Monday through Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. And around what time of day was it that you were there?
Probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
10:30 or 11 o'clock. Okay. And you went there to do what?
I'm an avid fishing lady. I love going fishing, and Ford's Pond is one of my most favorite places to go.
Okay. And you live fairly close to Ford's Pond, right?
Yes, ma'am. I live 12 miles from Ford's Pond.
Nice. Okay. Now, one thing I want to bring up before I ask you any questions is about the RV park, because I had asked you this. That RV park I had looked at, the KOA, and we had talked about it a little bit, and you said, well, it's a little bit on the outskirts. And I said, well, remember I said, would it be a place where we would hear sirens? And can you talk to us a little bit about
I
that?
agree,
If you're
Taz.
parked at that KOA and you're in your RV, would there be sirens going by there, or is it too much in the boondocks?
No, ma'am. It's not too far in the boondocks. I lived on Highway 138. There's a lot of accidents on that highway. A lot of people go over cliffs. There's
So
a lot
of sirens then.
Yeah, there's a lot of sirens that go out that way.
Mm-hmm. That's so, okay. The reason I bring that up is during the Nancy Grace interview, when they are in their RV in an undisclosed location. Nancy Grace aired March 25th. However, she usually does her interviews prior to. So I heard a siren during the interview, and Nancy was even kind of closing her earbud and stuff. And I was thinking, well, wherever they are, sirens are going by. So that is a location. If allegedly they were there, we would hear sirens.
Absolutely.
Thank you for clearing that up. And you said you were there around 10:30 or 11. When you got there, were they there already, or did they come after you arrived?
No, they were there.
Okay.
And I have a certain spot that I fish, and they were Katie. There was Katie and another. The ladies were sitting on the bench.
Uh-huh.
And the two men were standing, the gray-headed man, and then Chris was standing beside Katie on the other end.
Okay. And 1 second, I'm trying to stop the screen so I can present your parking lot and where you fish. 1 second. There we go. So this is the parking lot you used, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's not the one on Church Road that you parked in.
No.
You were over here, right?
Yes.
Here, right? Okay. This is the area our guest parked in. Okay. And just so you all can see it, let me get it back out. It's right over here. Okay. I just want.
Okay, with this visual that we have of this pond, I was calculated it is around that pond. I had in mind that it was more out in a country setting. But there's a very busy road and intersection right there at it. this gives me a different mind frame when I saw this. I'll tell you this, she will mention it in a little bit. Both of the other couple heard people saying that it was Katie's family members. Can y'all hear me okay? I hope y'all can hear me okay. Hang on here. Hear me better here? Cutting out a lot. Can you hear me any better now? I messed with some cords and stuff and see if that did it better. Yes. Okay. Good deal. Okay. So what I was saying was this picture of this pond is highly populated all around it. And that really surprised me because I thought it was more in a country setting. And so that gives me a different mindset when I'm thinking about if they were to pull up there and dispose of Sebastian at this particular place, they're on a busy road in an intersection as well with other homes all around it. It just doesn't seem like that would be the place to do something like that. I'm just not sure. Yeah, Cass, the lady says it was not Christopher's mother and stepfather at all.
Just want to give them that little, because we have that one thumbnail that shows where you actually parked, right?
Yes.
And where you fish. So you keep talking now. You went there to fish, and there were people there on a bench, correct?
Yeah.
Picnic table, and they were behind you, and you were on the.
I was down below them. They were sitting on the picnic table right above me.
Tell us a little bit about that.
And I was sitting down there, and I was really having a difficult time because I got crippling arthritis in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the gray-headed man offered to help throw my line out, and he was a really nice guy.
Did you have to ask him to help, or did he see you struggling and came over?
He seen me struggling and offered to help.
Okay.
So I came and threw my line out, and then that just kind of opened up a conversation. And I asked them where they were from, and they said they were from Seattle, and the other ones were from Kentucky or Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And they were there when you got there?
Yes, ma'am.
They were there before 10:30 or 11?
I can't say exactly what time they got there, but
that you got there 10:30, 11, and they were there before that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't clear. So he came over, he was real friendly, he offered, let me show them in this picture where you were. So here's the parking lot. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. You were over here, correct?
Okay, do y'all see at the top of the screen where there's the road towards the right top? There's a little parking area, little rounded out parking area. And right in the middle of the top.
Correct?
Yes.
Was their picnic bench in front of this trail or behind the trail?
It was in front of the trail.
So they were right near you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the location we're talking about, friends, right here. See this? and see this. There's your landmarks, okay? Sorry, I just wanted them to know where we're talking about.
No, you're good.
Okay. There we go. Were they dressed for fishing? Did they have fishing poles with them? Did they have tote bags, or like they were going on a picnic, had a purpose to be there?
Nope, they were just the gray-headed man and the grayish blonde-headed woman talked to me, and Katie and Chris were just staring into the pond with us. I don't know how he always looks, I guess.
Angry?
Yeah, or just staring, just like that. And she was just staring.
Okay. I'm gonna, because I see the questions are coming up already, and out of fairness to the Bowersox, I would like to have you share something. Was the other couple that was with CP and KP, and this is alleged, I mean, she's 100. She went to the police, but I'm saying alleged, okay? Hi, Frank. Was that the Bowersox?
No.
So the Bowersox were not the couple with them?
No.
Okay, I wanted to clear that up because I know that that was my initial thought. That's been many's initial thoughts. And that's why we're doing this again, by the way, to bring it to the forefront. I had some people reaching out to me, asking me if I had interviewed you, or would we interview, and could we, asking information about this sighting. So I totally appreciate you sharing this with us, but I think it's really important that we know that it was not the Bowersox.
It was not Bowersox.
Thank you for a picnic. Could you tell what they were doing there?
They were just sitting there looking in the pond.
Just sitting at the picnic bench.
Yeah, just looking in the pond. They weren't doing anything.
Okay. Now, when you saw them, were you following this case?
No, I did not.
They're sitting there. They're not there for a picnic. They're just sitting there at the picnic bench, staring into the water. Hi, Shelly. Shelly, I was going to call you this evening after I got through with this live, but I have a band concert, so it'll be late. I may have to get with you tomorrow. I tell you, life just keeps getting in the way, but I will call you. Hopefully tomorrow everything will work out. But anyways, what is so interesting about this pond? For them to be so somber and just staring off at the pond. I don't know that they would have put him in that pond. And I say that because there's no boats allowed in this pond. So for them to put him in there would have been to throw him in as far as they could get him in. But I'm wondering that they had on him that they needed to get rid of. I don't know. It's just very strange to me. Maybe something had just occurred and they had just gotten word of it and we're trying to comprehend everything. I don't know. I agree, me and you. I think he's somewhere on private property. I think he is somewhere where nobody. But I'm not sure, guys, what this pond has to do with Sebastian. But remember, this was only like 14 days after he went missing.
Not know anything about this case at that time. Nothing at all.
Okay. So
No.
you didn't recognize CP and KP, and you didn't know about Sebastian.
Not at that time, no.
Okay. And this was in March of 2024.
Yeah.
When you left, were they still there?
No. I think we all left pretty much around the same time.
Okay.
I was leaving, and then yeah.
Okay. And did they come in 2 cars or get into 1 car to leave?
1 car.
Do you recall what kind of car?
An SUV.
But do you recall make, model, or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's possible, Melanie.
Yep.
So the RV wasn't there. What were, before you learned about the case, what was your impression of, I know the older gentleman was very friendly, the younger, or the other, what was your impression before ever seeing them on television? If you can go back in hindsight, hi hindsight, if you can go back, hi Smiley's World, welcome in.
Am I allowed to speak my honest opinion or what?
Absolutely. Say, in my opinion, you are absolutely. We're going hindsight now. What she thought of the other 2 before she even knew that they were.
In my opinion, I thought Chris was a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Katie was a.
Let's listen to that just a little more. Just one more time, shall we? Because she had no clue about him. But yeah, she nailed it. Let's see if we're about right there.
Welcome in.
Am I allowed to speak my honest opinion or what?
I don't know why it's
Absolutely. Say, in my opinion, you are absolutely. We're going hindsight now. What she thought of the other 2 before she even knew that they were.
In my opinion, I thought Chris was a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Katie was a stuck-up bitch.
What led you to think that? Don't hold back. I'm kidding. I'm teasing you. Don't hold back.
I'm not going to hold back because
I'm just messing with you because the way you said it, I was like, don't hold back now.
No.
By the way, Smiley, welcome in, and I threw you a wrench. Thank you so much for being here.
They just seemed like they were just, I don't know. Chris looks bitchy like he does in all of his.
What? She pretty much nailed it on that one. In my opinion, of course. But what is the purpose of this pond? The couple that was with them was from Seattle. They weren't there to have a picnic. They all rode in the same car to go to this particular pond. I'm wondering if this isn't a place that they could have went to have a conversation, to tell the people they're with what exactly is happening. I wonder about that. Because that's a big area. It would be a place where there would be no listening devices anywhere around. I wonder if that's the purpose behind it. Because I just, and this is my opinion only, I don't feel like his body is. But I'm just trying to figure out how in the heck they were supposed to get him out into the water. I don't know. But let's keep listening.
his
Yes,
platform
Patty.
or all of his pictures and created.
Did you feel they were friendly?
Hell no.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. Were they trying to engage with you, or was it just like they were awkward in the situation?
They were awkward.
Okay. Okay. So then you leave. They get in their car, one SUV, the four of them. The two are from Seattle, two from Tennessee, and they take off.
Yeah.
That's in March. What gets you to, oh my gosh, I saw those people? Could you share that with us? Kind of talk us through up to that?
Can you repeat that, please?
Of course. I'm sorry. So you leave the pond.
Maybe
And you have this sighting and you don't know Sebastian's missing. And the four of them get in their SUV and leave, and you leave.
Yes.
Take us to the point where you realize you have witnessed CP and KP and find out Sebastian.
I was on TikTok. I just joined TikTok. And I was just scrolling through looking at things. And then I ran into that picture. And I went, oh my God, I seen them at Fort Spot.
I had no clue whatsoever until she was on social media. And she saw their picture there on TikTok. Folks, social media can help these cases more than we realize. And that is the important part of what we're doing here. Keep that in mind, because she had no clue. She just thought there was a cranky younger couple with an older couple out having a good day. Bye, Bo. Have a good day. So when people say social media is no good for these cases, this right here shows you it can be for these cases. They are very informative when someone sees a picture and says, oh my gosh, I was just talking to those people. We would have never known that Katie and Chris was at Pond had that woman not got on social media and looked through, just scrolling through, and saw their picture and listened and found out that it was her son that was missing now. It can help, folks. It really can.
And this little boy's missing. I kept on trying to get a hold of people in lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while before someone finally noticed me.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard in chats, because I know I miss a lot of stuff, and when I go back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had seen that when that was going on and asked about that. So we believe you, we do, and we appreciate you. You saw something and you said something, so you see them on TV. And I'm going to answer. Can I ask you one question, stop real quick? Was the older couple with them being bullied anyway, or did they have a friendly rapport between the four?
They didn't talk to nobody. They just had this.
Big says she noticed you, by the way, when you were in those chats, for letting her know that. So they weren't even really engaged, but they were together, and on the way to the car, it's not like there was any altercations or anything.
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you get a sense that they were all there together, right?
Yeah.
but not really engaged, just kind of hanging out in the same area at the same bench.
Yeah, just the two guys standing and the girls sitting on the bench, and the older couple had more of a conversation. I mean, I'm a social butterfly. I talk to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and so when they started being friendly, I started being friendly back. You know?
Right. And the other couple didn't engage with you.
Nah. They look like heck, Jekyll and Hyde sitting there.
And how were they dressed? Like, were they in? You said they weren't dressed for an event. Were they dressed for an event? Like maybe that's why they were up and out that early, heading to something, or
No, they were dressed casual.
casual. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when is it that you saw them and started following the case on TV? You saw them in March in person, but when is it that you actually?
It was on my phone, not TV.
Oh, okay.
Probably June. I really realized who they were, and that's when I went to the place.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started getting help from people on TikTok and the live.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Now, and I have a question about that. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Tick tack, tick tack. Oh, the FOIA we just read that you went in and filed that police report to Sutherland, Oregon. They gave great detail. I mean, very impressed. Did you? And it was. She says in her FOIA that she forwarded it on to Henderson Police Criminal Investigations. Were you ever contacted by Hendersonville Police?
Not one time. No.
Not
No law enforcement contacted me.
Were you ever contacted by Sumner County Sheriff? Dog's team was on it because before I released the FOIA, I let them know I had it and we talked about it. Were you ever contacted in any way by dog or at night?
I was contacted by their investigator.
Okay. So someone did reach out to you.
Get a hold of me.
Okay. Thank goodness. Okay. And let's see what else. I was going to ask you. Oh, someone had asked a question here real quick, and it was one that I wanted to just, I don't know what it was now. We'll keep going. So you didn't get a call from law enforcement at all regarding this FOIA that was sent, or this report that was sent to Hendersonville. Sumner County didn't call you, but Dog and At Night followed up on it. And how certain are you that it was indeed KP and CP? Hey, Castle, how you doing?
How what?
Spring Winds, how certain are you?
I'm positive, 100%.
You're 100% positive.
Yeah, I have no reason to make up any stories. They were there, and that other couple was there, and Sebastian needs to be found.
Absolutely. You had talked to me about something you saw when you were searching. That was in the area of the things that you took a picture of. What was it that alerted you?
There was a frog there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the psychics that did a reading on Sebastian mentioned a frog. And there was one there by the bones.
It wasn't like a ceramic marker.
No, it was a real frog.
Okay. A real frog. And you remember, and you heard that from a psychic.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the terrain around? We saw it from the video and the Google Maps.
Well, there's a lot of terrain.
Are there a lot of woods?
Yes, tons of woods. There's the BLM land that's about 12 miles from the pond.
Mm.
Um,
You said
So-
blackberries, a lot of blackberry thorns and bushes.
yeah, everywhere.
Hi,
Oregon's-
Holly, welcome in.
Oregon's known to have a lot of blackberries.
Mm-hmm. So, can I?
Okay, got a question. I was looking at some of the chat here. Rose said Sebastian is supposed to be in the middle of that pond there in a small cross place. Smell gross, in my opinion. Allegedly, I tried to get them to check that pond for a month. Rose, I have a question. Do you live close to that pond or in that area? I've not heard anything about the smell part of it, and that's what I'm curious about. Hello to everybody coming in. Thank y'all for being here. We are at Ford's Pond right now, listening to the lady who actually had interaction with Katie and Chris while they were there. Her basic description was Mr. Chris was a dick and Katie was a bitch. Quoting her words, not my words, but her words. But yeah, she said they were not having much interaction between the four people that were there. It was just mostly staring into the pond. And folks, I believe this lady. I believe her. It wasn't until she was on social media, she was looking through TikTok and found a picture of Katie and Chris, listened to the story and found out about Sebastian, that she realized this is the people I saw and talked to. The dots connect in so many ways. The couple that was with her were from Seattle. The Bowerstocks flew from Seattle to Alaska. There's family members of Mr. Chris's that live in Oregon. So yeah, the dots are connecting slowly. And just on a side note, there is a street right beside this pond that is called Church. And Christopher is the one who said that if he went to church, he might find his son. So there are questions about this pond. I'm just not sure what the answers are. Thank you, TJ, for dropping my Cash App. If anyone would like to donate to my gas fund, it would be greatly appreciated to get me through until next week. But yes, there's these little things that connect, and we have to be. Oh, okay. Rose said she lives in Virginia. Okay. And a small crawl space is in like a box or something in the middle of that pond. This pond here in Oregon is the one you're talking about, Rose? How did you find that out? In a small crawl space? Box or something? Wow. You know, there's not supposed to be allowed any boats in that area. Yes, that is the biggest red flag for me when he told Seth that if he went to church, maybe he would find his son. And then this road happens to be church. Yeah, at the top where it's knocked out there. I wondered if that was like a At first I thought, well, maybe that's like a boat launch, but it's not, because you can't put your boats in there. Yeah, I'm curious, Rose. Where did you hear that? Is something I haven't heard about this. So that's really interesting to find out. Okay, let's listen to her some more, because she does talk about the road and her walking around and things like that. Kiki, I don't think she does, because they do ask her, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know if divers were sent to the pond? And you can say yes or no. You don't have to elaborate. I know there's only certain things you can discuss.
I was told that the pond was searched by the investigator.
Okay. It wasn't drained because of the size of the pond, right?
Right. But I was told that that area was searched out there.
That area right here that we're showing?
Yeah, but I don't know if they actually dived in the pond though.
You don't know if they dove in the pond. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we can maybe find that out and see if we can get some divers out there.
Hi,
Hi,
wow.
Pebbles.
Okay, Texas Plain Jane. That's interesting.
Let's see. You're planning on going back to search, correct?
Correct.
And something you brought up, and this is where our guest tonight was searching, is in between. Oh, you can't see my cursor when I'm just sitting. Am I correct?
Yes.
And the picnic bench is right about here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's how close they were. Here's the parking. They were about 300 feet. So look at the terrain, and when we go in it, there's a lot here, y'all. Look, you had brought up that I wanna share with everyone, because I think it's really important.
Okay.
She's planning on going back, and my call to action is, she is looking for someone to help get a group together, okay, and help her out there search. And if anyone in here is local to Sutherland, Oregon, and wants to go out and help search with our guests tonight, if you want to email me at crimetimebuzz@gmail.com, I will coordinate it and put you all together. Do you know how deep this pond is? What a great question, Sharon P.
I really don't know.
Okay, that's something we can investigate. I'll look that up. I'm writing it down right now. How deep's the pond? Okay, I'll try and find that out. So one thing that you had brought up, which I thought was so interesting, and it's just really a good thought. Our guest said when she goes,
this picture, folks, it just breaks my heart, because I've shared it with chat before, and if you're new, I will explain it to you. This picture here, when my son passed away, I went in to get a tattoo of his handwriting, the first verse of a song that he wrote. And the man, I said, I want to get a tattoo. I just lost my son. I want to get a tattoo. And he said, do you want the open heart cross? I said, what? And he told me this is the #1 tattoo people get when they lose a loved one, because the heart is broken. The cross represents their family member in heaven. And when I saw that on Katie, I just about lost it. Now, does that mean that is her significance to this tattoo? I can't say that. I can just tell you what I was told by a man that does tattoos and has been doing tattoos for an extremely long period of time. And he showed me a picture just like this. And with it being the color green, it broke my heart. I agree, Ginger Snap. I think there's some truth in every tiny little thing that they're showing and telling us. Yes, she has slipped so many times. And if she mentions his name, she looks straight up. I know, Ziva, be quiet. The girls are home. Can you tell? Oh. But we're going to listen to just a little bit more. This is the lady that saw Katie and Chris at Ford's Pond. They're in Oregon, in Sutherland. And we're going to finish listening. She's here for just a little bit more.
Going out searching again. She's going to be searching for something maybe marked on a tree, a marker, anything that may resemble this tattoo. No reason other than intuition, correct?
Right.
You want to talk to us a little bit about the markers and things?
Well, I just, I was sitting around thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I bet they have a landmark. And then I started thinking about that tattoo. Maybe that tattoo is on a landmark, either carved in a tree or a wooden post sticking out of the ground or engraved in the ground, on a rock, because you can do that. I'm a rock hound. So people searching, I think it would be beneficial if everybody paid attention to trees and logs laying across, that people can carve in.
It's one out in Utah or something that someone had found. I think
young girl supposedly abducted, taken away. Father had set up a little makeshift memorial place in Utah up on the side of a mountain he had gone to. He had rocks stacked up there. Very strange. Very strange. But this is what this woman's looking for, is anything that might not be of natural form around the area so that they would be able to recognize it.
Don's sister had found a little thing out there. They look like they're man-made, correct?
Yes.
So our friend wants to go back out and search, getting a feeling about this pond that as you told me, I hope you don't mind I share, that keeps bringing her back to the pond, right?
Something just keeps on pulling me back there. I don't know what it is, but something keeps on pulling me back. And for my safety, for number one, that's a big pond. And it's too big of a pond for me to go through the whole thing. It's 200 acres. I can't. That would take me a year.
Yes, sped teacher, I'm aware of that. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
What'd you say?
That I don't want to read it out loud. You'll be in the chat. You can see it. You'll know why I'm not reading it out loud. Okay. Tree carving. Someone said he's too smart for a tree carving. Yeah, the tat bothers me a little bit, and I don't know why. Have you called TBI?
I figured that they would get a hold of me.
I would think Hendersonville Police would have, or Sumner County. the lead agent.
Yeah.
Remember, that's all he works on is this case.
Do they how convenient Sebastian's parents all the way in Oregon 2 weeks after he's reported as a runaway. The person that she gave her report to sent that report to Hendersonville, and there was nothing to follow up from it. Okay, guys, we're going to quit with this. We're going to have a little conversation here because she's about through. She gets off just shortly after that. Thank y'all for being here as we went on a road trip all the way from Portland, Tennessee to Sutherland, Oregon. It has been a question in my mind this whole time when it came to Ford's Pond there in Oregon. The timing was very sus to me because their child had just ran away, supposedly, in their opinion. And Christopher's mother and father had gone on to Alaska from Seattle, the place where this couple supposedly lived. And yet they're at a small pond, a small area in Sutherland, Oregon, sitting on a park bench, having no conversation, just staring into the water. So, yeah, there's big questions to that. You know, according to Katie, she tells us that they would go places because you never know where he might be at. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, if he ran away, I'm going to pretty well, Garrett, guess, I guess I could say, in my opinion, he wouldn't be all the way in Oregon unless he was taken there. What a strange place to be taken to, all the way from Hendersonville, Tennessee. The disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has turned into a media circus. It has turned into a drama fest here on YouTube in the true crime community, because we have the drama channels who have decided, oh, wait a minute, Sebastian, that's my opinion. Today I heard that I'm trying to remember what the news station is there. But sorry, I got distracted. There was a live done today from Clue, is what I've been told, that she made the comment she is involved in 25 lawsuits against her. I was told that she has put out that she has to have lawyers for all of these things that are happening to her. And the money started coming in. If you recall yesterday, we talked about that cult-like mentality where they tell you and you should never question. So here we are. That exactly is happening. No questions to it. I don't believe there are 25 suits against her. I'm not sure if there are any. This is Cluminati. But I don't know. I thought it was strange how they were told this is what is happening. I need money for lawyers. And the money started coming in. No one asked for receipts. No one asked for questions. Just like we said yesterday. With a cult-like mentality, they don't have to provide receipts. Okay, thank you, Shelley. There is a news article, and I was trying to find it to play, that talks about Bullhorn Betty's case, how the grand jury did not find anything. And yet, here, I think it's right here. Let me see. And yet there is barbecue lady who has to put her 2 cents in. She has been tortured and tormented and all the things. Folks, people are not understanding, but all of this grifting, all of this lawsuits, these alleged lawsuits, all of these things are doing nothing but pulling Sebastian's case down to the bottom. All of this should be handled behind the scenes. It should not be brought out to the public. That is my opinion. We are here for a child that's missing. Okay, Maui. We try to talk about Sebastian. We try to put out as much as we can, information-wise and otherwise. Whatever we can find that could help find out where he could be, what has happened to him, that kind of thing. And yet we have those that are attached to his name and his case that are tearing it to pieces. Guys, we're fighting a losing battle, I'm afraid, because they're never going to stop. Instead of trying to do good for this child, they're so selfish with themselves that they are making sure everyone how horrible life has been for them on these YouTube streets. WKRN, let me try that one real quick. Folks, I can't say enough how two things being put out there about social media with Sebastian's name attached. Why? Why, and why does it have to be that way? We're here every day talking about Sebastian and all the things connected to him and with him and about his case. Yes, Shelley, they are. They are the ones over there creating this drama fest of things. And it's all so very selfish. So very selfish, in my opinion. Because all it's doing is bringing Sebastian's case into a light of, I'm not going to want to go there. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to pay attention to this. Instead of getting people to help, instead of getting people more involved in his case, they don't want to because of the threats, because of the lawsuits, and because of all the junk that goes along with it. It's absolutely horrible. Oh, okay, Gina. So it's not there today. Okay. So yesterday they played it. It was the story about Betty and her getting thrown out, and barbecue was on there yesterday as well. She says, but today it was replayed with only Betty's story. Okay. I recorded it when I could have. Oh, that makes me angry. Because those people, those are the people that are tearing Sebastian's case apart. Guys. When you have a missing kid, you want to hear from people like this lady that saw Katie at Ford's Pond. What people need to know, but that's not all that they're getting. When it goes on to the local news, whole story of crap that had to go. She had to fight against it. All the things. Her life is ruined. And guys, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, you play with fire, you will get burned. You will get burned. Is the one getting burned. His story is the one getting burned. Why is it Sebastian, his case, he's still missing, but yet, folks, we have to listen to YouTubers whining. Oh, yeah, Sharon. Yeah. I would much rather listen to this lady that is telling us the story with her eyewitness than I would to have to hear about legal fees and lawyers and injunctions and appeals. that does nothing to help Sebastian. But by golly, those are the people sitting over there who are raking in the money without question. And if you thought my live yesterday was crazy, rethink about it. It is called cult-like mentality. Doesn't have to be about a religion. Yes. Me and you, exactly. She was paid by him. She showed it on her live. They're all intertwined, and their leader over there seems to blow his top occasionally when he doesn't like what's been said. We've all heard him. He was just referred to by a woman who didn't even know him. And she nailed. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, I'm going to play this. And I'm going to let y'all listen to it. There wasn't much to it. It does show their face talking. But let's listen to this. I got it on my phone here.
Social media influencers are winning legal battles while covering the case of a missing Sumner County teen, Sebastian Rogers. This is Caitlin Quisenberry spoke with some of the content creators facing lawsuits and now defending their right to speak out.
The whole reason why we're here is I wouldn't let people violate my freedoms of speech. Nobody should ever threaten or intimidate a frivolous lawsuit against people who just don't agree with your opinion. Just the worst part is that it's all on the back of a missing child.
Sebastian Rogers was last seen on February 25th of...
Did you hear that? She had to throw in the missing child part. She had to throw that in there. It's absolutely disgusting.
By March, several YouTubers and TikTokers joined the search, but that exposure quickly led to legal trouble. 2 separate cases were filed, one in Sumner County, another in Pennsylvania.
These people band together to harass and intimidate and defame people on the internet.
She's talking about her and her friends, although she's referring to all of us. All of us over here trying to find Sebastian. We don't care about them. It's funny how that cult-like mentality switches and turns the story back around on you.
Because they didn't agree with their opinions.
The first case involved a pretend order filed by Sebastian's mother and stepfather against Andrea Griffin, known online as Bullhorn Betty, accused of harassment and stalking.
Never these people, never tried to even interview these people.
They later claimed Griffin violated that order, citing hashtags and online comments. But a Sumner County...
Hashtags and online comments. That's what it boiled down to. That was the only thing they could hold her accountable for. And that's what went to the appeals court. Talk about stupid. It was all so stupid, folks.
The grand jury declined to indict her due to a lack of evidence, ending the case.
When it comes to my speech, it's emboldened me more because it angered me. Like, how dare somebody trample on my freedom of speech? I'm from Florida. And this is a public interest case, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, Sebastian's biological father, Griffin, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and 7 others sued 2 YouTubers and 50 more people who were not named for harassment and endangering their safety.
Just the entire frivolous nature and the financial strain that it...
Oh, that's what it came
on us, because...
That's what it came down to, is the financial strain. No one over here threatened their lives. However, we've heard Mr. Chris, their leader over there, threaten several people. We've heard his words. We have it recorded. Exactly. Exactly, Tina girl. How about the grand jury look into Sebastian's case? How about they do something more important that actually matters? Yes. Oh, goodness, Solo Angel Mom. Bless your heart. It is a hard day. It is a very hard day. Yes. Isn't that terrible, Patty? But that, she says, and the financial strain, that is the number one thing. Keep that in mind always with these people.
You know, tens of $1,000s laying around just to, you know, find legal representation.
The judge dismissed the case and ordered the plaintiffs to pay the defendants legal fees.
It has caused me to never want to use my platform to raise awareness, because this has obviously caused an enormous financial impact. And
okay, remember, financial impact. I have seen with my own eyes on QB's channel. This woman, barbecue lady, in the chat throwing cash, super chats to QB for $200 a pop several times in a live. And her financial strain? I don't want to hear about her financial strain, folks. This is so out of control. It's stupid.
And we were spreading awareness
In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry.
Yes, TJ. And one day she sent her $3,000. But she has a financial strain due to Sebastian's case. Oh, Sheila, this is an article that was put out on the news, and
News 2.
yeah,
You
that's
reached out
it.
to Dr.
That was it. I wanted y'all to hear that, because here we are. Yeah, she's suing Nick and Hong now. It's ridiculous. That's all they want. All they want. Yes, MNJ. Yes. I've seen the $200 go up at one live 3 times. And she was going to sit here and talk it to everybody out there as a financial strain to her. She had to get lawyers, but she's got plenty of money to throw the big bucks up to her friend. This is Barbecue Lady. She is a TikToker who's inserted herself into this mess with all of her friends on the other side. And folks, I don't care what they're doing over there. I really don't. But when this goes out for all the locals to hear, it puts the biggest shadow over Sebastian's case that is unnecessary. Right, Retha? Exactly. Exactly. But we're the bad people over here. We're the grifters. We're the grifters. It's unreal, guys. In the name of Sebastian, Barbecue raised $22,000 for billboards. And folks, let me tell you, it didn't cost that much for all those billboards for the short little tiny time they were up. It is a scam that they're doing over there. Her finances are being looked into because of that. There are people over there raising money for their lawyers' fees. The anti-SLAPP motion was denied. The plaintiffs had to, or the defendants had to pay the lawyer fees. So does that mean their people that's following them and giving them money, did they get that money back? Because they already gave that money to these people. They're not out money. So that financial strain is not on them, it's on their subscribers. But how bad is it for Sebastian's case to be connected to all of this? She throws in all of this on the back of a missing child, and then talks about her financial strength. Those two should never, ever be put together in the same sentence, folks. Never. And it's happening again now with Clue, from what I've been told. I have not watched it. I have not seen it. But I've been told by people I trust. She said there's 25 suits against her. She's lawyer fees. $100,000 on attorney fees. I'm going to tell you right now. It's sad, folks. It's sad. And I made the comment over here a while ago about if you'd like to send a Cash App or a Venmo, it would go towards my gas. Straight up honest with you. But to them, that would be me grifting. I will show receipts when I put gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's so frivolous. But I still sat here and talked about Sebastian. I don't hold him for ransom like QB does a lot of the times. I have good information to tell you. And with everybody in here, if you send me $5, that's so much money. And once I meet that goal, I'll tell you about it. That's what they do. This is the people we're fighting against over there that attack over here. And it's out of control, stupid. And now you see very, very little coverage on Sebastian. That's the reason why. Nobody wants to play that game with them. It's horrible. Sharon, they've all caused trouble over there. But it's not them, it's us. It's us. It's our fault. Yeah, right, Shelley? Oh, Lord help us. It's insane crazy. And all that news article did was hurt Sebastian's case. But folks, don't forget, that's exactly what Mr. Chris and his wife are aiming to do. Exactly, Bridget. Exactly. What we do here as creators, folks, this is, and you can ask TJ and you can ask Blue Eyes. I sit for hours at a time going over content, going over things. I even get with them to make sure I'm understanding this right. Is this what I'm, and things. Oh, thank you, Nan Banana. That's sweet. But it's like a job. It really is. To be able to show you all the things that needs to be seen and to have the backup to show. I could get on here and spew stuff all day long, but that's not what I want my channel to be. So yeah, it does take time. I get that. Those memberships do help. The Cash Apps, the stickers, the Venmos, the PayPals, the Cash Apps, all those things do make a difference in helping. There's programs I use. Oh, September, you don't have to do that, girl. Look at her. I love this lady. She's so sweet. Here's a few bucks. Spend it how you want to. You're so sweet. Thank you for that. Look at here. Let's get her a happy dance. Let me get up here to it. This is for you, September Virgo. I love you, girl. Thank you for that. You are so sweet. You have always been so kind to me and always been there. Thank you. But folks, to sit here and complain about your legal fees because of hatred and because of things that you're spewing out and causing issues is not Sebastian's. That's not his fault. You're using his platform is what they're doing. There's a difference in how it's being done. And they don't care that it makes his case look toxic. It is so very sad, folks. Horribly sad. So as you're on the streets, just keep in mind that this is out there. This is what they're doing. These are the people that are out and about on the street, calling stuff out like this, making things about them and all the stuff. You know, we have to stay vigilant for Sebastian. Oh, thank you, Rita. Scotty Too Hottie. Is that who you were talking about just a minute ago, Rita? Oh, I just try to keep Sebastian up in front because that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm here for. And it's sad that that had to be aired. Betty was worried about her freedom of speech, which is all of our constitutional rights that we have, because we live in a country that we're allowed to have our voice and our opinion. That's what Betty was concerned about. Barbecue Lady was concerned about her money status, while she's handing out big bucks to her buddies over there while they talk shit about other creators. It's sad, folks, that they are attached to this young man who supposedly ran away, but yet there's no evidence he ever left his home. So where is Sebastian? They don't care to find out, because then their money runs dry. But folks, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep covering his case. Where is he? Where could he be? And with that, I'm going to say thank you to everybody for coming and listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about Sebastian. Because I know if you didn't care about Sebastian, you wouldn't be listening to his story. he's not here to tell his story, so we're going to do the best we can with what we know. And so, guys, y'all, be safe out on these rugged streets. Be safe, because it's pretty bumpy out there. But stay true to Sebastian, because he deserves it. And I am so thankful. Oh, September, you're so sweet. So, so sweet. Just remember that you guys, y'all do make a difference. Social media can be a good thing. And we have to stay separate from all the hate, because it's not a good thing. So with that, I'm going to say, I got to go to the band concert, so I got to change clothes real quick. But I appreciate y'all so, so much. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on our regular time tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central. I will see you all then. Until then, love and hugs, everybody. We'll see you very soon.